Polestar is an EV maker focused on reinventing the electric mobility sector. They were focused on innovation, luxury, and performance. Today we are with the head of retail of Polestar UAE. So we'll be discussing on the brand's future and marketing side in this region and about his journey in the automotive world.
Thank you.
You have a diverse career that has been running over a decade. Then you've been in the Australian market. You worked for BMW, Mercedes-Benz. Now you work for Al-Futtaim here in this region, and now you're the head of retail for Polestar. Again, same under the Al-Futtaim umbrella. But what made you choose this transition from traditional automotive brands to electric mobility? Especially, what made you choose Polestar in particular?
Yeah, so I think what the main thing to have said is it's incredible to be part of Al-Futtaim Automotive. They're the leader in this segment, in this industry. Also having the traditional brands, but also working towards introducing the new world, new energy vehicles like Polestar into the region through Al-Futtaim Electric Mobility. But the main reason for Polestar as a brand, if you look at the cars, they're beautiful, number one. They're for the car enthusiasts, and I am a car enthusiast. And there's a real commitment by Polestar as well to shift to sustainability and sustainable practices, which they've been doing immediately. There are commitments, but they have already started with new materials like microtech I was showing you earlier, which is a sustainable material for the interior. As well as working towards Project Zero, which Polestar is looking at building a car from cradle to grave with zero emissions. And if you see the cars that they've built so far, we've got the Polestar 2, we have the Polestar 3, which was released early last year, and then now recently the Polestar 4. Each car, the CO2 emissions are lowering. Yeah. So it's not just a commitment that's very far away, it's something that they are making progress to, which is really exciting to be part of.
So it's not just a consistency in performance and in the Scandinavian simple design language, it's also about the sustainability aspect of the brand.
Exactly. And you touched on two really good points. Polestar is a brand for customers who enjoy cars. It's for the car enthusiasts, people who have high taste in design. A lot of our cars have won many design awards, the Polestar 3 taking 3. One recently, Polestar 4 also taking some design awards. They've been designed to cater to a certain audience. We're not for everyone, and not everyone knows us. If you know it, you know the brand, you know us. It's a very exclusive part of it, and our Polestar owners also appreciate driving these cars for what they are. It does everything that you need. It's got the technology, it has the safety, but ultimately, it's for the experience, it's for the car enthusiasts, and they really appreciate this. And it's for me personally, it's an electric car that when I park it, I can look back and have a look at it and make my way. So it's very exciting.
You don't feel like you're driving a refrigerator.
Exactly. There's passion, there's soul, and you won't know it until you drive it. Yes. And that's why many of our Polestar owners love the brand so much.
Also, while setting up a new luxury electric car in this part of the region, which is predominantly a petroleum-based automotive market and historically a petroleum-rich region, what challenges or hassles have you faced?
Yeah, look, I think like many regions, one of the biggest challenges is the charging infrastructure. So that's all oftentimes what customers are most concerned about. But there's two things that we're thankful and grateful for. The Dubai government has been investing a lot and made a lot of commitments, especially with DEWA, to install new charge points across UAE. But more importantly, Al-Futtaim Electric Mobility is a company that's set up to not only sell and house the EV brands, but also to build an infrastructure. So Al-Futtaim Electric Mobility, we have a company called Charge to Move, which enables all of our customers to purchase and install the chargers within their homes, and also charging hubs which are available to some of our fleet customers throughout UAE.
So I wanted to ask about the retail strategy that you've implemented, particularly for Polestar. How is it different from other luxury electric brands in the region?
So one of the most important things we put a focus to, and as I said to you earlier, Polestar is a brand that if you know it, you know it, right? So we have a very high exclusive clientele base. So our retail strategy is often focused around the customer themselves. We have very small circles. We host test drive events. We do special events as well for our Polestar owners. And that's how we engage our customers and take them through the journey, basically. So there is a very exciting event that we host for Polestar 3 owners. It's called the Exclusive Test Drive event, where we have about 5 to 10 people. They get to communicate with other customers, but then also meet with the executive team at Al-Futtaim Electric Mobility and with Polestar as well to understand really what is happening with the brand. And they get to speak to the technicians. You know, we give basically a direct access to the entire business because we also appreciate our customers, you know, are high net worth individuals, celebrities oftentimes, and they want to see and feel and be part of the journey, not just buy the car and then be forgotten about.
Get the hands-on experience, not just in driving, but in all aspects
Exactly.
while owning the car. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So you're not unfamiliar to challenging terrains because, as I mentioned earlier, you've been in the Australian automotive landscape, and which
Yes.
is as much diverse and challenging as the terrain gets. So coming to this part of the world, how are you tuning or perfecting or changing or optimizing these Polestar cars for this region, the high heat climate conditions?
Yeah. So all of our cars, Polestar specifically, are GCC spec. They're tested in the UAE. We do a lot of summer testing. You can have a look online. Most recently, we completed the summer testing for the Polestar 5. You can have a look at the episode on YouTube, concept car to roads to reality. And all of the testing was done in Dubai. They took the car to Jabal Jais. They took the car all over UAE in the hot weather, and they made adjustments and tuned the cars. And what was most exciting at the end also, we had a Polestar Owners Club events day, where all the owners of existing Polestars were able to come see the camouflage car, speak to the technicians and engineers, and also give them live feedback that actually, you know, this should be changed in the car or that should be changed in the car. So again, when I tell you that we have a very premium client base, you know, no other brand, you know, allows that type of access to even our engineers, and specifically in UAE region, you know.
Okay, so when it comes to EVs, so what parts of the traditional internal combustion engine cars retail strategies, what do you think needs to be retained and what do you think are still relevant and what do you think needs to be reimagined? What changes do you think needs to be made when it comes to selling EVs?
Yeah, so I think with EVs compared to ICE engine vehicles, is very different because ICE is an engine that's been around for almost 100 years, and so the infrastructure has been established and generations know what to do when the car breaks down. Whereas for EV, it's a transition. So in the sales and the retail strategy, there has to be an all, you know, one-stop shop type of approach, and this is what we've taken in Polestar, where customers can come in, they can buy the car, but then they can also purchase the charger to install at their home. They don't have to go somewhere else. And Al-Futtaim Engineering also can support with the installation of the charger in their home as well. And this is a one-stop shop where we can do all of this through your sales journey, nothing more to think of. And this is what is the biggest change. And you know, customers these days are very informed. They know exactly what they want, when they want it, how they want it. So it's important that in the retail sales journey, we don't just, you know, sell them the car and forget about it, but we take them through and give them the all-round experience.
I wanted to ask about the future of Polestar, as in from around the globe, as we are witnessing things like some startups, like EV startups like Fisker, they're going bankrupt, and even prominent automakers, they're rolling back their all-electric EV plants. So what is Polestar envisioning about its future as an EV manufacturer?
Yeah, so I mean, Polestar recently announced, you know, there has been growth across the region, across the world actually, with sales. They're expanding markets, so they'll be taking on new markets like France, and they're even expanding their model base. So there'll be Polestar 5 that's coming out in the next couple of years. And then also they've announced Polestar 7, which is to cater to the luxury compact SUV segment. Okay, so you can see that there's a lot of investment going in. It's also important to note in the UAE, we announced last year that we're also opening up a new showroom in Abu Dhabi in the Galleria Mall, and that will be hopefully operational this year.
I also heard that the Polestar 6 is going to be the spiritual successor to the original Polestar 1. So can you share anything about it?
There is no information on the Polestar 6 for now. That's been kept under the rugs. But Polestar 7 is really the Polestar 5 and Polestar 7. Those are the ones that we really we want to talk about. And there's a great series online. I encourage everyone to watch the development of Polestar 5, the concept car, and how they've come to reality, including the summer testing in UAE. It's a very interesting documentary. It really gives you insight into the detail that goes into building every single Polestar. This is incredible. There's so much soul to the car, and you'll be able to see that through that series.
Now, for my last question, I want to ask about the latest addition to your lineup, the Polestar 4.
Yes.
So with its notchback coupe SUV design and the lack of a back glass, so how are customers coming in, seeing it, and what is the response you've been receiving from the initial response? What is it that you've been receiving?
So for both cars, the Polestar 4 and the Polestar 3, the initial response is wow. Okay, and you can see it, right? There's a reason why they won so many design awards, because the car is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. All of our customers, when they will drive it, it's a head turner, and especially when you have a look at the rear window, it is a design element, but it comes from actually a practicality, right? And this is when how much thought goes into the car. Polestar 4 is an SUV coupe, okay?
Yeah.
And SUV coupes generally have small windows, which you can't see out of anyway, and the rear seat passengers are always forgotten, right?
Yeah.
Their heads are always hit while they're getting into the car. So what Polestar did was said, okay, we don't need the rear window because no one uses it, you can't see anything. It's replaced with 2 HD cameras, which gives you more visibility than what your mirror will do.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, by removing this window, it extends the top line. So you still see it's a SUV coupe, but when you open the door and have a look at the interior, it's like a full-size SUV. You know what I mean?
That is nice. It was very insightful speaking to you, and we wish all the best for Polestar in the region.
Amazing. Thank you very much. It's exciting to speak to you guys too. And as I said, Polestar is a car. It's a brand that if you know it. We have over 1,000 cars on the road in the UAE, and I encourage anyone, come and test drive it, and that's when you'll know why people buy a Polestar.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.